Hey y'all, it's Latoya, and today I'm gonna do my first tag, and it's the entrepreneur tag. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first question is, tell us who tagged you and where you can find their video. Well, this tag was started by Tracy Timberlake, so you can find her video on her YouTube channel or join her Facebook group, Tracy Timberlake. Next question. Now, tell us who you are and what do you do? Okay, so my name is Latoya Duncan, or Latoya Tashana Duncan. That's my full government. And what I do is, I do several things. The first thing I do is I'm a commercial model and actress, and that's my full pursuit. And I love that. I love being in front of the camera, and it's just who I've been since I was a kid. I just put it behind me and I didn't think it was realistic. Now, where does the entrepreneurship comes into play? I am also building my real estate empire. I'm a real estate mogul, and I also knew I wanted to always get into real estate. I just didn't know how to. So a little bit of background is that I'm also an attorney, so I have my law degree and I'm barred in the state of New York. And I used that avenue to get me into the business of real estate. I didn't realize that I really want to fully pursue real estate until I was looking for my own house. I loved the experience, even though there were times where I just wanted to stand myself. But I just loved it. And the idea of putting someone into their home, it brings me so much joy. Who would have thought that you can have more than one goal at once, right? That you can hold focus on two things. So here I am trying to merge the two and go for it. And that's what makes me an entrepreneur, because I'm all in for myself and for my family, and I want to encourage and inspire others to do the same. Next question is, favorite thing about being an entrepreneur? So my favorite thing about being an entrepreneur is the freedom. I love my freedom. I don't like being told when I can go, or when to show up. I get to set my own schedule. I get to sleep as late as I want, and I get to wake up as late as I want. And that's really and truly the best thing about it, freedom. I love my freedom. The next question, number 4, is least favorite thing. So my least favorite thing is when I get stuck and I need to brainstorm how to get out of my rut. So that's a real struggle for me. Because when I get stuck, I really get stuck. It's like it's writer's block type of effect. So that's what I don't like about it. And since you are the head of your company, of yourself, you are the one that generally has to pull yourself out of that and figure out the best way how to move your business forward. Number 5 is, how long have you been an entrepreneur? The truth is, I think I've always had the entrepreneurial spirit. I just didn't realize I was an entrepreneur. For example, when I was a kid, I sold candy, or I would sell little knickknacks that, of course with the permission of my mom, if she didn't want it, I would sell it. Set up shop in front of my building and try to sell off these little knickknacks that I had. I sold candy and raised money for my prom and graduation, so I paid for all of that. So I felt like I've always had this spirit, but I guess technically, for the purpose of this question, I have been a full-blown entrepreneur for about 2 years, maybe 3 years now. Number 6, first person you hired besides your coaches and mentors. The first person I hired was my brother. We're about 10 years apart, and I'm always helping my brother. I love my brother to death, so I find ways that I can help him to be and to gain experience. So I hired him to do administrative work for me for things that I just couldn't focus on and I didn't want to focus on. So question number 7, tell the truth. How many hours of sleep do you really get a night? I think I get a good amount of sleep at night. I'm later in life become a night owl and a late riser. I used to be in bed by 10 and up by 6 or 7 o'clock. But recently I've been going to my bed around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and waking up around 10, 11 o'clock. So that's about 7 to 8 hours a night. Question 8, how many Facebook groups do you belong to? No shame here. Honestly, I don't know how many Facebook groups I belong to, and my guess is a lot. So I'm gonna have to check that out. One moment. Okay, so I'm not a part of as many groups as I thought. I'm a part of 25 groups, but I am following about 98 pages. That's where my mind was when I read this question. Question number 9. What do you wear on an everyday basis? Generally, on an everyday basis, when I'm not out in the field, I am wearing a tank top and either shorts or yoga pants. That's when I'm home and I'm working from home. When I'm out in the field, it depends. If I'm on the field of real estate, I am wearing a suit or a dress suit, because you have to. And I love wearing dress suits. And if I'm on set, it just really depends on what I'm shooting for. If it's commercials, it's usually casual, cute, friendly, or it just really depends on what I'm shooting that day. Question 10, entrepreneur crush. All right, you guys are gonna think I'm cliche when I say this, and honestly, I thought other people were cliche when they used to say it, but my entrepreneur crush is Oprah. That woman has come so far and has done so much and continues to do so much. It's like, how can you not crush on Oprah? How can you not want to be like her? You're crazy if you don't know her story. But yeah, the more and more I learn about her and actually take time to just not look at what's the media puts out there. If you go behind the scenes and read about her life story and her accomplishments are truly remarkable. And think about it, this woman has a magazine that she puts out every month with herself on it. Okay, yeah, that's amazing. So Oprah is my entrepreneur crush. Number 11, if you could collaborate with any other entrepreneur in the world, past or present, who would it be and why? An entrepreneur that I would like to collaborate with would be Tyler Perry. I know a lot of people, you either like him or you don't. And I really think he's so creative. He's created so many jobs for people, especially people of color. And I just want to see how his mind works. Like, you come up with all these ideas, which aren't far-fetched because a lot of times they're based off his own personal life experiences, but he managed to create an empire for himself. And he too also has a story. You're just like, whoa, struggle much? And now look at him. So yes, I would love to collaborate with Tyler Perry. And I feel like he is the type of person that can push a person forward to do more, to be more, and to achieve more. So that's someone I would truly like to collaborate with. Y'all, I'm so sweaty. I don't have central air and I don't have AC because AC makes me sick. So I am filming in between fan takes. So if you guys see me sweating, it's because the fan is on. Or so next question. Top 3 entrepreneur books of all time. Okay, the books that I would recommend, the first one is Think and Grow Rich. I first read this book when I was 18 and I was hell-bent on being an attorney. And I was reading everything that I could to get me there. And I am an attorney now, but it's not my passion at all. But I would recommend that book because it helps to put you in the mindset and a mind frame to get you going. The next book that I would recommend is The Power of Now. That book teaches you the importance of now, of taking action now and not waiting until you feel like everything is perfect. I mean, it goes into a lot of it's self-help and confidence and motivation and just going for things and not waiting until perfect timing, because there's probably never going to be a perfect time. And it tells you to appreciate the present moment time. So I would recommend that book for an entrepreneur. And the final book that I would recommend is The Secret. Yes, guys, The Secret. Or any book that teaches you the idea behind law of attraction. It's really important, I think, to establish what you want and focus on what you want versus focus on the things that you don't want. And those are very, very, very important for entrepreneurs or anyone in life that wants to pursue their goals, their dreams, their aspirations. Question 13. Where do you get your best work done? I get my best work done when I have a space where I have control over the space. I get my best work done where I have control over the space. So almost anywhere in my house, and before I moved into my house, it was in my living room. I just like to know that I have control over the space, control over the room, and generally I'm by myself. Yep. Question 14. You are working super late and need sustenance. What drink or snack items can we find on your desk? Honestly, I don't have any snack items on my desk, and I do that on purpose because it wouldn't last long. I would eat it. I would eat it even if I didn't need to eat it. Sometimes I do have a bad habit where I'm just eating just for the sake of eating, so I try not to keep any snacks around. But if I do have snacks around, I would probably have a Hershey's cookies and cream, which is, it tastes great, but it's awful, especially to eat at night. Yeah. Question 15, tapping or meditation? I'm gonna say meditation, but I also tap. I didn't realize I tap because I didn't know there was such a thing as tapping, but I always used to do this, and I still do it, like tap here when I get anxiety or I'm frustrated or I'm just like calm down. So I would tap here, and it works for me, and I didn't know I was tapping until I learned about tapping. But I would do meditation. I meditate before I go to bed at night and when I wake up in the morning. Like before I get out of bed, I am meditating. I am meditating on what I hope to accomplish for the day and just get myself in the mindset of, let's go. Today's gonna be a great day, At night, I meditate on the good things that happen throughout the day and the things that I'm thankful for. So I guess meditate over tapping, even though I do both. And the final question is, what is the best advice you can give to someone who wants to be an entrepreneur? That's always a good question. What's the advice? Well, my advice to anyone who wants to be an entrepreneur or pursue their goals is to learn as much as you can before you start, but don't let that stop you from starting. And while you are in the process, continue to learn, continue to grow. The next part of that advice that I would give someone is to not be afraid to make mistakes. I tell you, the fear of making a mistake or fear in general that keeps us from acting is an awful one. And I say, feel the fear, don't be afraid to make mistakes, make the mistakes, learn from them, become better. Just go for it. Because if you never go for it, you'll never do it, and you'll always have that nagging question of what if and why didn't I? Or why didn't I start sooner? So yeah, that's truly what I hope people get from me, is to just go for it. Wow, that was my first tag. I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad you guys watched. I hope you stuck around, got to learn some things about me, and it was fun. It was fun. I got to... Alright, y'all. I really appreciate you for watching. I hope you'll do the tag, because I tag all of you guys to do it as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Oh, remember to rate, subscribe, and follow me on my social media. I look forward to interacting with you all. Thanks for watching.